Hello, I'm IBXToyCat. Before I start the video, I just want to quickly say that now Minecraft Xbox One has gone in certification. It happened just before I finished the video, and secondly, the gameplay in the background is me improving my map from this week's livestream Thursday. So, those are the two things you need to know. Let's go into the video. Hello, I'm IBXToyCat, and right now we don't entirely know what 4J Studios are trying to do with the future of the console edition. We know the next update, Title Update 18, will be coming out after the next-gen consoles, and it's going to include roughly 1.4 stuff, but beyond that, we don't really know what their future goals are. Do they want to make more Xbox-exclusive stuff? Do we want to catch up with PC eventually? That sort of stuff. We don't entirely know all of it, and we got an article today from the official Xbox magazine. They interviewed two of the Mojang higher-ups, Owen Hill and Daniel Kaplan, to actually discuss Minecraft Xbox One and Xbox 60, as well as, of course, PS3 and PS4, but it's an Xbox magazine, so it's mainly aimed towards the Xbox platforms. And it tells us a lot of really interesting information that I really think you guys should know, because it kind of gives you an idea of where the console edition's going over the next few years, and also kind of hints at some other interesting things. So I'll break down the more interesting questions, because some of it's like, no starter questions, but I'll talk about the more interesting ones. So the first question is, how do world transfers work between Xbox 60 and Xbox One? And the way they answer it is they say the save gets copied to a cloud, a separate cloud to the Xbox One, and then you can just download it straight from your Xbox One, and it says you can just pop up and then say download this one. And yeah, that's kind of interesting. All you have to do is, to get saves from Xbox 60 to Xbox One, is download the latest update for Xbox 60, simply upload your world to the cloud, then unplug it all over, go to your Xbox One, and then you can just straight up download it, and then you've got a copy on both consoles. It's that simple, which is kind of cool, I guess. So that's how it works. We now have it confirmed in the interview. So the second thing they answered in this question is that with the $5 upgrade, all you need to do is be online at one point in your, in the history of that account, and then you can get the, next-gen version of the game for just $5, or I think it's £3 something in the UK. So you basically get the game for a super big discount. All you have to have done is play the game. So even if you have a disc version, don't worry about it. You can still get the next-gen version for super cheap, which is really cool in my opinion. So they answer that a little bit more. The next question saying all you have to do is go online at some point, and yeah, that's kind of cool. So next up, I think is interesting, is was it always your intention to bring Minecraft to the new consoles? It's always about the platforms that make the most sense. We didn't anticipate the mobile versions to be that big compared to PC. It's the same for consoles. If you're unaware, the PC is actually the least well-selling version of the game now. The console sold more, and the Pocket Edition has sold so many more than both, which I think's really kind of interesting personally, and yeah, that's basically that. And they also talk a little bit about, with the release of PS4, I think we've fulfilled most of the needs for now. There aren't many platforms left to release on. We'll see whatever makes sense and if the platform has a big enough user base for it. So I think here they say we have most of the platforms, so there's platforms left to release on, but there aren't many. I think they're heavily hinting at the 3DS and Wii U, which means they're not ruling it out, but I don't think it's going to be something they want to do, because going through all the effort to make it for those platforms themselves, it doesn't seem like something they're aiming at right now, but it might be something in the future. Nintendo hinted they want it. Now we've seen that they're kind of hinting that they're not against it. We could be seeing some form of Nintendo, collaboration with Minecraft on some form of new console, because, they're, rumored for a new handheld at some point soon, and the new 3DS just came out, so we could be seeing something like that, but I just thought that was an interesting hint at that. So another interesting question is one that kind of hints as to where the console version is going over the next few years. So they say there's no end in sight for updates then. You're just going to carry on until you completely run out of ideas. And they say not until the PC version stops doing stuff. It's been like a catch-up game. Ideally be updating things all the time, but it's impractical as the PC version has been out for way longer. So they're saying, they continue on about that, but they're saying that they want to keep updating the console version until it's up to date with the PC. So as long as there's stuff on the PC version, then they'll still update the console version. Which is interesting to me, because the PC version has been confirmed to be going on for at least another 10 years after they become unprofitable. Not just said that, publicly. And considering they're still very much profitable, and will be for the next at least few years, we've got at least, even if it stops being profitable tomorrow, we have 10 years of updates on the PC, so, a little bit more than that on console. So if you're, kind of weird about the console, you're like, oh, what if they just stop? It looks like they have no intention to. They want to follow PC for as long as it takes, and technically speaking, they kind of just confirmed 10 years of updates. They could just be saying that because right now that's their plan, but I don't really see that changing because of the way, Mojang work and stuff. So it could just be them trying to be sounding cool to the media, but it sounds like right now 10 years of updates is their plan. They want to just keep going till the Xbox is with the PC version, as long as that takes. Even if they never catch up, they'll still keep trying, I guess. So that's kind of cool. The Xbox 60, PS3, and the Xbox One and PS4 versions are pretty much guaranteed to keep going for a very long time. Maybe their entire life cycle, maybe a little bit into the next gen console life cycle. So The next interesting actual question comes in the form of a weirdly worded question, which is, obviously there are skin packs which do quite well on Xbox. Will you expand the scope of those projects? Turn pigs into dragons or something? I'm not sure what the writer's even going for there. And basically they say people are making minigames and stuff. I was looking at it earlier. Some dude has made this amazing thing on 360 where you can select the minigame and it kind of warps you in. It's kind of cool that they actually follow the console version. On the PC, there's a culture of PvP. People play Hunger Games, homages, survival and stuff. They're always really, really fun. It's still possible on 360, but the player limit is a restriction. So on 360 there's no possibility for that in the community. So what they kind of say there is they're not looking at it on the 360 right now because the player count is a big restriction, but because they are looking to up the player count on the Xbox One and PS4, Hunger Games might be some form of weird exclusive mode, like whether it comes with a map or not, for those platforms. It sounds like a really cool feature if it does happen. So then the next question is kind of weird because they say, so conceivably that's something you might make and then sell to people separately. At the moment we're just focusing on getting the Xbox One thing out, so it could feasibly happen. People would love it if we put something like Hunger Games in 360 as like a separate little mode. So then there's a separate question, even though they say the opposite thing, they say that they might be willing to put it on the 360. Or maybe they'll at least try putting it on the 360/PS3, and maybe it's just for next gen. But yeah, they see here that Hunger Games is a really big part of the PC. It's a lot of what people watch and play in the PC, even to this day after so many years. And it might be something they're looking to put at consoles, because it's a big part of the experience. Might as well let you play on the consoles, right? And that's a really cool thing that that's what they're intending to put in. We'll have to see when this comes out. It will be some point after the next-gen consoles, but it's nice to see at the very least. So next, let's talk about another couple of questions which kind of contradict each other and is kind of interesting for Xbox 60 and PS3 people, because they say, I guess to return to your original point, it's important to have parity between the two versions for as long as possible. It's going to be really tight between all platforms essentially, including PS4, but it's down to code processors and stuff. It's weird researching, but the intention is to keep stuff as synced as possible. So they want to keep the platforms pretty much the same for as long as they can, I guess, which is, kind of valid, that they want to just keep the game feeling the same across all the consoles. The interesting thing, though, is the next question, which is, it's unlikely that developers are going to be able to squeeze much more out of the Xbox 60 resource-wise. Do you envisage a scenario where you can't add anything to those versions because the platforms can't handle it? And they say that makes sense totally. So it looks like it doesn't seem like it's happening at any point in the near future, because right now the line is they're going to keep being updated, but at some point in the future we might be seeing the Xbox 60 just having a cap on its updates and having to move on to next gen, which would be a good thing for the next-gen consoles, because it means not being held back, but it would kind of suck that Xbox 60, PS3, they might not be tied into the same catching up PC thing that the next-gen consoles are. So yeah, even if it's in a few years, you might have to upgrade to next-gen at some point if you want to stick with the features. Of course, you can just not care about updates, but, there's something there. So, that's probably one of the bigger things. They also say, will the PC version be the lead platform? At least for now, yeah. The PC one drives the development right now, even though it's the least selling, so that could change, but we never know what will happen in the future. So at some point in the future, depending on how the next-gen consoles sell, assuming they both, do quite well, like let's say they do 10 million each, like the 360 version did, we could see a shift where the console version becomes the primary version eventually, which would be a really cool shift, but, that's just a little theory. Right now, the PC is going to be the version that's always ahead, and, that's fair enough. They're the first platform, they've been out the longest, and that's how it goes. So, another interesting thing here is they say the horse update, question mark. That's what I'm hoping for. We've been hanging that for quite a while now. The horse thing is pretty cool. If you don't tame them properly, they just talk about horses, and they'll say, yeah, it'll probably be a patch update. So, they're saying that they're going to include horses in the console versions. They don't say when, but they're, going on with the strong, we want to have horses in this. It could even be title update 18. So, I personally think it'll be title update 18 because they just keep hinting at it. They can't keep pushing it back, but there's that. So, the final interesting thing that I saw at the bottom of this article is they actually attached this image, which is like one of the Minecraft Xbox One ones, and I didn't realize till now, but this isn't a texture pack we currently have on the 360, and I don't believe these are skins we have either, which kind of implies that there's going to be an Xbox exclusive mashup pack. If I had to guess from this, I'd say maybe a Far Cry 4, or just Far Cry series in general. It's hard to say, but it's kind of cool that there's a little hint at a mashup pack we haven't seen yet here, or maybe it's just a weird texture pack that has lots of different textures we haven't seen before. But yeah, that's what it looks like right here. It's kind of cool, I guess. So, a new mashup pack for Xbox One is coming out, but the big things that we learned today is that Minecraft 3DS and Wii U are kind of, they're not saying no, but they're not saying yes either. We know how you'll upgrade to Xbox One and PS4. All you have to do is, go on the line with your PS3 or Xbox 60, then your account gets marked, and you can just buy the, next-gen version for cheaper. The way save transfers will work is all you have to do is upload it from your last gen console, and you can just download it from the cloud on your next gen console. It doesn't look like there's going to be an end to that. Hunger Games looks like a very extreme possibility. They keep hinting at it. And finally, horses are probably coming soon. Maybe they just keep hinting very strongly. So yeah, that's all the news we learned from the article. As you can see, quite a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the longer kind of news stuff, because I was thinking of cutting it short, but I just let you know all of the important stuff. Let me know. I'll link the full article in the description if you want to read the stuff that's not quite as important. And yeah, thank you for watching the video. Like it if you liked it, share it if you really liked it, and goodbye.